Hello and welcome to another episode of Voice of the Rings. I'm your host and guide, Zolan Ironshield. Alright, and this is a LOTRO guide playlist series we're doing right here. We are talking about the class Champion. Right now I am on my Champion. I'm not max level at the time of this video yet with this particular class, but I'm getting there. Alright, so I look pretty freaking awesome too, I might say so myself. But moving on. What do Champions armor? What do they use? They use heavy armor, my friends. Especially when they actually have armor on. I don't know where my armor is. Interesting. Alright, but they use heavy armor, right? So, yes. It's very nice, very good for tanking. So, champions can be DPS or tanks. They use blue mana, right, to use this, expend their abilities, but they also use a rage bar that is above this little sword down here. So they actually have a build up as well, like the Bjorings do, right, that we already talked about in the other video. They add one focus with certain abilities. It's called focus for them. It's wrath for Bjorings. It's focus for focus or rage. I like to call it sometimes too. We do have stances. They have different. Oh, actually, do they still have stances? This is something they used to have. Let me think for a moment. I believe they may. Let me just spec into one of these real quick. Yes. You know what? I don't believe we do still have stances anymore on champions. Interesting. Alright, scratch that, everyone. We don't have stances anymore on champions. We used to. Used to have a fervor stance that would build things up. There may still be something in here, but we're not going to worry about that right now. Again, we're going to talk about the trait tree now with champions. Alright, so there are 3 different traits for each champion, right? We have the blue line for champions. The, martial champion, right? Moving on, yes. Alright, damaging soaking tanks. I should have worn my glasses because these words are very small for me. Damage soaking tank who prefers offense over defense, alright? So, your blue line, you do a lot of damage still, as you'll probably use a shield, a one-handed weapon and a shield with this line, and you will tank and do damage though still in the blue line with champion. With the Berserker, deals single target crit-based damage. Crit means a big hit. Like, you don't just punch him in the face. You punch him in the face and he flies 10 feet, right? Crit. Huge hit. Layman's terms for these videos, right? Real simplistic, so you guys know if you're new to MMOs, right? So, you do high damage with probably a two-handed weapon or 2 one-handed dueling weapons. You could do either, right? Depends on what you prefer. I'm using a two-handed axe right there. Glowing, beautiful axe and a beautiful crossbow on this particular character. But it's very good. This is your high damage target. The Deadly Storm. This kind of just makes sense. It's whirling AoE, area of effect, lots of targets, guys, as it means. Destructive upon foes, right? Destruction upon foes. So basically, your big AoE abilities. You hit lots of targets, not just one DPS target. You're DPSing, dealing damage per second is DPS, guys, by the way. How much damage you really deal in mathematical terms, right? That's what that means in MMOs. This is AoE, you hit lots of targets, right? So there you go. Now you know about the basic 3 trees. Blue, red, and yellow line. Again, they all have different names, but it's just blue, red, and yellow line for each class. It's how you trait in your tree. And I have a whole video on the trait tree. Do you want to check that out, you guys? On the same playlist. We're on the LOTRO guide playlist. Please, up here in the corner, I'll have the other LOTRO tail playlist. And right there, I'll have a subscribe button. And you really should click it, guys. It really helps me out. And like the video, please. It helps out. Or share with friends. That's great too. And I haven't got another playlist down there in the bottom. And thank you so much for watching this video. And I'm your host and guide, Zolan Ironshield. And check out the next class in this playlist. Have a good one, guys.